Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Thursday, January the 16th, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out. I give you different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas that were there if you're a brand spanking new player to the game. You're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that will help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can, and of course you guys are awesome, the great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. Okay, if you are wondering why I have a little bit more score going on than you, take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I do have a 25% boost going on right now. Of course, I claimed that right off the current Season 19 Season Pass. On 3 pages, a 5%, a 10%, another 10%, equaling 25%, so just an FYI. And I did re-roll a daily challenge. It was complete daily ops while in a team, and I got this one here instead, scrap junk to produce cloth 10. So just in case you see one that's a little bit different than you. Now, I was asked a question, a very good question, just the other day, when myself or yourself re-rolls a daily or weekly challenge. Okay, what we get is totally random. Sometimes they come up as epic, and of course I always recommend doing the epic ones because we do get more score. But when I do re-roll the odd one, again, the chances that someone will have that same exact re-roll is very slim. So just an FYI, that's why I always try to mention at the beginning of the video which ones I re-roll, or at least try to remember to tell you guys. All right, let's take a look here. Craft or scrap a melee weapon 5. Okay, so we can find melee weapons just kind of laying around the game. A really good spot for melee weapons actually are in the form of the ski swords, and we can find a bunch of ski swords here at the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. I believe there's one over here at the White Powder Winter Sports. And I believe there's a couple up here at the Pleasant Valley cabins just kind of laying around. And of course we can find them laying around most areas, generally in around the wasteland, one or two places. Even down here through Flatwoods, I think there's a couple of rusted pipes and even pipe wrenches we can find down through here. Now, even when you go after enemies such as Scorched or Super Mutants, for example, and even the Mole Miners, they'll have melee weapons on them as well. But just remember that since the update we had on December 3rd, 2024, those drop rates from those enemies have significantly been reduced. So we're getting a few more caps and a lot more junk now. So just an FYI, if you are returning to the game and you're wondering, I used to remember we used to get a lot more weapons from killing enemies, and that is definitely for sure. But just since that update on December 3rd, that has been significantly been reduced. So just an FYI, okay? Another thing you can do is you can actually craft melee weapons yourself, just to kind of save yourself some time, and it's really the faster, quicker, easier way. You just go to your weapons workbench and you go craft. Alright, and I guess not real specific, can be blunt, it can be edged, okay, so what have you. Now, when I started my lower level player this past summer, right out of the vault, I was able to craft these boards, okay, and they only take leather and wood, even at level 1, so you can craft a couple of those and scrap them. So just an FYI, that's something that you can do, alright? And that's what I usually do here, but we're going to go after those ski swords, so let's go ahead and do that. So we need, how many do we need here? Oh, 5 of them, okay, so let's go after 5 of them. Let's go to the White Powder Winter Sports, and we'll go after that ski sword up there, just to kind of change things up, and instead of doing, crafting them at your weapons workbench, because I realize, most people understand that, but let's kind of switch it up here today. Now, as far as I know, there's only one here, and it'll be upstairs. So we're going to pop here now. We're going to come across some Scorched here as well. So just keep an eye out for that. And again, oh, look at that combat knife off of that guy. This guy got on him. Nothing. It's funny to see him crouching. That's funny. All right. Oh, there's a hit a lighter on him right now. So it's a ski sword right here, so we'll go ahead and grab that bad boy. And we will check over here. I don't think there is one over here, but we'll check anyway. There's a couple composite skis. Okay, that's fine. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's pop over here to the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. Now, again, if you do have extra time, you know, to play the game, depends on how much time you really have at the end of the day. You know, you can go after a bunch of enemies, and you'll definitely, within a half an hour or so, I assume anyway, you'll be able to gather enough melee weapons that you can kind of scrap for this challenge, all right? Okay, so we're going to keep going here. We're not going to bother interacting with these scorched as much as possible. I'm just going to show you where these ski swords can be. So usually there's one right around here. Ouch, jeepers. You may have to interact with them anyway. There you go. Actually, let's check them and see what they got on them. It's got a lighter on them. Okay, good stuff. Let's keep going here. Again, we're looking for melee weapons. Again, it's not real specific, so it can be the edge style or the blunt style, whatever one you can come across. Always good to kind of check these racks. And we're going to head downstairs, right where vendor bought resin is. Right down here. There'll be some ski swords here. So there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. Okay, so that should be 5. So let's pop out here. Again, you can always buy them too from a couple vendors if you so wish. Just try to give you guys as many options as possible. Just again there, bud. Let's see, he's got a machete on him. Nice. Machete. See what else he's got here. Okay. As you can see, you could do it the old-fashioned way like that. So let's scrap this stuff here. All right, combat knife, machete, and these ski swords. There we go, just like that. Nice. Grab to scrap a melee weapon, 5 for 5, done, just like that. All right. Again, if you are short on time, we can always craft a couple and then scrap a couple. Right, let's see what's next here. All right, just 1 second here. All right, excuse me. Harvest corn, razorgrain, or a Tato plant 12. Again, if you have corn, razorgrain, or a Tato plant in your camp or one of your camps, that's definitely ideal. And it's usually what I recommend to people anyway, to have at least corn and razorgrain in your camp. You know, we do have to remember, don't put too much, because they do actually count quite a bit towards your camp budget, just like 1 corn. So it's always good to have maybe 6 of each, and that's good, because you can always use corn and razorgrain for other daily, weekly challenges as well. Unless you have a camp that is just dedicated to crops, you can definitely do it that way. But we can find corn and razorgrain in many great spots and around the wasteland. Ironhold Homestead, Cobbleton Farm, right down here at Silva Homestead, Billings Homestead. Right around the corner from Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, we have that red barn under the overpass there. We have a nice little patch in behind the General Steakhouse. And right along this little roadway here, there's a lot of unmarked farms down here. Just to name a few spots for you guys, okay? We need 12 here, so Let's pop up here to Cobbleton Farm. We'll change it up a little bit. Instead of going to Silva Homestead and Billings Homestead as we usually do. Now we will come across a couple of ghouls up here, but that's fine. Every time when you are harvesting a flora, there's a perk card that'll help you out under Perception. It is called Green Thumb, where you twice as much when harvesting flora. So instead of 1, you pick up 2. Now it's not really going to help us out with this daily challenge, because as we pick up 2, we're only going to get credit for 1. The only way it works is brain fungus for some reason. When you pick up 2, you get credit for 2. But we're just looking for corn, razorgrain, and tato plants, so we're not picking up brain fungus here today. Now, you don't have to have it equipped like I do all the time. To have it down here in your back pocket. Now, I'm a carnivore. I have it equipped because I know for myself it just saves me. Oh, right on. It saves me a lot of time for doing these daily, weekly challenges. Okay. Right. Let's pop up here. As we see here, we're going to pick up some corn. Now watch the top left hand corner. So you see 2 are being added, but we only get credit for 1, right? And again, the only type of flora that really works with is brain fungus. This place is actually pretty good because it has all types. There we go. We picked up all corn. This place also has razorgrain and tato plants right there. Pretty good spot. You know, it's not too big. It's just perfect. If you sneak in, you don't even have to deal with the ghouls. Alright, what's next? Like a lighter, cigarette, or cigar 5. Good stuff. So I do have a couple videos showing these. Lighters, as you saw, we're killing those scorched. So I find since the December 3rd, 2024 update, we are picking up a lot more junk items from enemies, and such as lighters, for example, and packs of cigarettes, and etc., etc. So again, you can just kind of go around me for a half an hour, 45 minutes, just play the game, enjoy yourself, and just from picking up all the junk that we're getting now, you can definitely fulfill these daily challenges, okay? We can also get lighters off of ghouls. Ghouls are a good source of lighters as well. I'm not saying every ghoul will give you a lighter, but the vast majority will. Of course, right here at the Cobbleton Farm, the inside of Eastern Regional Penitentiary, we have the upper lower parking lot just west of Vault 76. If you wander the roads in around Morgantown, you'll come across little patches of ghouls every block and a half, and about 4 to 6, okay? Alpine River Cabins, the Charleston Capitol Building, the DMV Building, Lewisburg, just to name a few spots for some ghouls. If you have Pleasant Valley claim tickets, you can kind of turn them into the bellhop, which is right downstairs, just where we were at the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. So just below, the level below vendor bought resin, there'll be the bellhop down there. And of course, you have to follow the quest line early on, so it should be available to everyone to have access to the bellhop, and basically just trade in your Pleasant Valley claim tickets, and usually he gives you a lighter, so that's always an option. Now in terms of cigarettes and cigarette packs, probably one of the nice easiest spots is right here in Flatwoods. We have the tavern, and we have the little trailer. It's kind of like a bluish trailer. It's up on the hill just above the tavern, and there'll be all kinds of single cigarettes in there. It's a great spot. We were just there just the other day. Again, it has a satellite dish on the roof, and it has about 3 flamingos out front of that little trailer. It's a pretty good spot. Right down here in Camp Liberty, we have the bonfire area. All kinds of packs and cartons of cigarettes in around there. We were there just this past Tuesday for our weekly challenge video. Probably one of the best spots is up here at the Sugar Grove. If you go all the way to the end, again, you have to be careful because there's a 50% chance there'll be an Assaultron at the very end. The other 50% chances there'll be a Colonel Gutsy. Just be aware of that, but once when you get to the end, it is well worth it. There's all kinds of pack of cigarettes, cartons of cigarettes, there's pencils for lead, there's battered clipboards for springs. It's a real good spot. And of course, we have, someone had just reminded me yesterday, actually, at Big Al's Tattoo Parlor has some packs of cigarettes and cigars. So let's pop over here today. And they actually made that comment, I think it was yesterday, the day before. And totally forgot all about it. And I thought, yeah, next time we get that, let's go ahead and go there. I just love getting tips from you guys. You know, you guys help me out, and I help you guys out, and we, you know, it's a two-way street, right? And just all we do at the end of the day is just try to help the community, and I just totally love it. Okay, so here's Big Al's tattoo parlor right here. Let's go ahead and go inside. There's also board games in here as well, so it's a pretty good spot. Maybe the odd alcoholic beverage. Right, let's turn our light on here so we can see what we're doing. Bunch of ashtrays there, so there's a pack of cigars. There's a couple cartons right there. Another pack right there. There we go, done just like that. Look at that. Just you see these little single cigarettes here? It looks like we were able to pick it up real quick here, but maybe not. Okay, it's a little too small. But you can always check this room, and there's a cigarette machine in here. That's just pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty good little spot here. Nice little goodies in here. All right, what is next? Oh, and also don't forget that I just remembered myself. The medical dispensing machines that we can see at all the train stations. They even have one down here in White Springs Mall. They have one down here at the Trading Post. Nuka World on tour. They have those medical dispensing machines, and you can buy a pack of cigarettes or some caps, and they're fairly cheap. I think they're like 9 or 11 caps or something like that, and you could definitely do it that way, like if you're really short on time. Okay, let's see what's next. All right, let's head back to our camp here real quick. It's all Biv there downstairs. Yeah, he's a jolly old robo-brain, that guy. All right, we're back here at our camp. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. Consume an alcoholic beverage 5. So you can do this a couple different ways to get a hold of alcoholic beverages. Okay, so it can be a full-blown alcoholic beverage, or it can be the fermentable kind. Okay, so let's take a look at our food and drink section here. You know, we all know about the wine and the whiskey, but there's also the fermentable kind. And the fermentable kind are the ones that we can craft ourselves. And if you happen to have this awesome camp resource, we got a couple of seasons ago, it is called the Brewing Vat. Now, I haven't seen it being available since that particular, I think it was maybe season 17, I'd have to go back. But I did do a video on it there. I know it looks real simple, but again, it does produce fermentable alcoholic beverages while you play the game, okay? Definitely worth it for these daily, weekly challenges to have. And you can throw these right in a fermenter. Then that way there, the condition bar is no longer, and they're just like a beer or oak hall or lager, for example. But again, when they are in the fermentable state, when you take them out, they do have a condition bar, so they will degrade over time, okay, and spoil. Just going to keep that in mind. So let's grab a fermentable, yeah, the fermentable oak hall or lager here, okay? And of course, when we craft at a brewing station now, if you don't have the brewing station or the fermenter, okay, the way to get one is you complete the side quest called Wasted on Nukashine. I did it a couple months ago with a member of mine, Mr.Prince, and the way you start it is you go to the Big Al's tattoo parlor, just where we're just at, and just on the back door there should be a poster, and you interact with the poster. And once when you complete Wasted on Nukashine, okay, your character will automatically learn the plan for the brewing station and the fermenter. What I mean by that is, as we know, most plans that we get from, you know, when we buy it from other players' vendors, or as we complete events and such, you'll get a plan, you go under your notes section, and then you manually learn it. But in these two cases, you automatically learn it, okay? So it doesn't come up as a typical plan in your Pip-Boy, all right? It's just an FYI. And you can check out that video I made again, and we did it a couple months ago. Let's go to our brewing station here. And again, here's our beer section. We can craft some fermentable beer on our own. 2 boiled water, 1 corn, 2 Razorgrain, and 2 wood just to craft one. Just an FYI, and that's why I always recommend having corn and Razorgrain, maybe 6 of each in your camp. Then that way there you can do a wide variety of daily, weekly challenges. Having corn and Razorgrain in your camp, it just saves you a lot of time at the end of the day. Right, so you can also craft it that way. Now we can find alcoholic beverages in around the wasteland. One such spot is the Wayward. There will be a couple where we were at the Big House Tattoo Parlor, but I find lately, I would say the last year, it's usually just bottles there for me, okay? But you can always check it out. The kill box downstairs in the large dining room area, so to speak, you can always try there. And another good thing is you can buy alcoholic beverages from vendors down here at the White Spring Mall. So the north entrance brings you right down to the mall. And this is the front entrance, but it just brings you to an additional loading screen to get down to the mall. But some of those vendors down there will sell like 44 of whiskey or 44 of vodka or something like that. So you can always buy them at the end of the day, okay? We're just going to go right next door to the Wayward. And I'm going to show you here. Alright, so these three here, these spawn here 100%. Whiskey, bourbon, and a vodka. And there'll be 3 more up here. And these are a guaranteed spot. If you do ever come here and these are not here and you're on a public server, that means somebody came here before you and already took them, so you're going to have the server hop. If you've taken these recently, okay, you'll have to reset your game because everyone has a limit. And you've taken these recently, you're going to have to reset your game by picking up 250, 255 items, and then these will be back then, right? So just going to keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead here. We're going to drink that fermentable one first, just to kind of show you how the fermentable ones work. There we go. And of course, I have all kinds of alcoholic beverages on me anyway. Just because I'm just one of those type of people. Yeah, whatever, Jimmy. Whatever, buds. That's a good picture right there. I actually took that picture a long time ago at Clancy Manor. And going back to those cigarettes there, here's a medical supply vending machine right here. And as you can see, you can buy the pack of cigarettes here, 17 caps each. Like I said, 12, but 17. So that's pretty cool. Alright, what is next here? Scrap iron to produce cloth, 10. Okay, so cloth is a junk item that we can use the bulk and scrap method at a tinker's workbench. Let's check that out here. Go to a tinker's workbench, we're going to go craft. Go down to bulk, go to the C section, no pun intended. So to bulk 1 cloth, you need 2 plastic and 30 raw cloth. You go ahead and you bulk your 1 cloth and then you scrap it. And this hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. It's more so for folks that are kind of short on time, or it's for people that just like to get these dailies done as fast as possible. Now to get cloth, we can do it many different ways here. We can go after burnt books, okay? So if we come right down here to Somersville, we do have the house on the right-hand side, and it has tons of burnt books in there. And it's a really good spot, so when you scrap burnt books, you will get cloth. You can also find burnt books when you come to the overseer's home, but you don't go to the home itself, right? When you spawn in the driveway, you look a little bit down over the hill and you'll see like a bluish house, like a smaller version. That is her childhood home, the overseer's childhood home. And basically there'll be some burnt books upstairs. And even in Helvetia, it's like that kind of off-white, bluish-looking house right on the corner from across the street from the yellow house on the corner of the main street. You go upstairs, there'll be some bookshelves there, and there'll be some burnt books up there. Now, not, of course, as many burnt books as you'll find in that house in Somersville, but still, you know, you'll definitely satisfy the challenge. Also, if you scrap pre-war money, pre-war money will give you cloth as well. And if you take a look at the description, you'll come across a video, a link to a video. It'll show you some locations for pre-war money, and you can definitely check that video out if you so wish. Another thing is you can go after the Mr. Fuzzy plushies, and again, right down here, Camden Park is one of many great spots, but this is a huge spot right down here, because one Mr. Fuzzy plushie, I believe, will give us 3 leather and 3 cloth, so they're pretty good, and there's all kinds of them right down here in Camden Park. We're going to go after burnt books here today. We're going to go to Somersville. lot of people like to save pre-war money on them and put it right in their stash box, and you can also do it that way as well, just for the daily challenges. Nothing wrong with that. I know one of my members, Heather, she does that quite often. It just saves her a lot of time. It's absolutely genius idea. Put it in my stash box and, you know, do it in seconds. There are these rules here. Alright, so as we can see, all kinds of burnt books here. Now we were here probably not that long ago, and usually there's a lot more here, but I haven't obviously reset my game yet, so that just gives you an example. So for me to get these books back, I'm going to have to reset my game by picking up 250 to 255 items, because as I said, everyone has a limit, okay? So just an FYI, I'm glad that kind of came up just to kind of show you, okay? There's all kinds of burnt books upstairs. If I can lock and load my gun here. There we go. All kinds of burnt books upstairs. As you can see, they're all over the floor here, and just from the explosiveness of this weapon, all kinds of them here. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab some burnt books. All right. Stuff. All right, let's head back to our camp here real quick. Now you can go to any workbench at all. Go to any train station, other players' camp, whatever you want to do for that. No sense that going to waste. What happened? Huh, that's weird. Yeah, pretty good little spot here. It's an old picture right there. I don't even have that camp anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and scrap these burnt books. Alright, burnt books. Here we go. As you can see, burnt textbooks, cloth. There we go, done just like that. Scrap done to produce cloth, 10 for 10, done. Nice. Actually, let's scrap, yeah, look at that. So even the cigarette cartons that we got, like the little pack of cigarettes, as you see their item stats there, will give us cloth as well as asbestos. So you can always collect those cigarette cartons, as I just showed you earlier. Even these pack of cigarettes, look at that one cloth. You know, you just scrap them. Yeah, make it even quicker. Nice. What's next? Let's go ahead and kill a canine 5. Many great spots we can find canines in around the wasteland. Just between the Green Country Lodge and where my camp is, we have those 3 mongrels that are right there. 6 mongrels up here at Aaronhold Homestead. Now, mutant hounds are also considered canines as well. You'll find mutant hounds at around Grafton. There's 1 here at Grafton Dam, 6 to 12 here at Grafton Steel, almost 6 at Huntersville. There's all kinds of them inside and outside of West Tech Research. We have a bunch of foxes that are guaranteed. Where am I at here? Right down here. Big Fred's Barbecue Shack, usually around 4 foxes over there. Now, usually in around this area between Flatwoods and the Waver, like I'm talking like this kind of radius here with my follow my cursor, there are usually random animals that will show up, and sometimes there are foxes, but not all the time. Sometimes there's rat stags, or there's squirrels, or rabbits, etc., etc. But you can always try this area as well, like if you're lower level. Alright, let's go after some mongrels here. We'll go up to Aaronhold Homestead here today. Make sure we're locked and loaded. Alright, there we go. And there'll be one more right up here. Oh, almost made her, baby. There we go. One right in there laying down. Good old Rover being a good boy. We'll leave him alone. There we go. Pretty good little spot here. And these guys are real squishy too. Alright, let's lock and load, Jim. Hey, what's next? Kill a mole miner 10. Many great spots we can find mole miners in around the wasteland. 12 to 19 here in Monadga. 3 to 4 here in Monadga Mine. All kinds of them here. Too many to count here. Blackwater Mine inside and outside. All kinds down here in Welsh. Especially when this particular event, the Real Blast, is happening. Pretty good spot. And if you ever get on a server at these Hornwright testing sites, like these one with the little buildings here, there'll be another event called Breach and Clear. Now there's usually sometimes some mole rats pop up, but they're all usually mole miners, and that is a great spot for mole miners, okay? Now let's do something a little bit different here. Let's go to Blackwater Mine. Again, if you have a couple grenades or what have you, you can definitely do it that way as well. Oh, you can see this guy here. Look like a statue. Huh! I think he scared me just as much as I scared him, I think. Oh wow, he's level 100, wow. Oh my lord, Jim. Oh, uppercut, baby, uppercut. Fury to the solar plexus. What am I hooked on here? Something's hooking on. Oh, natural hook, right on. I was like, what is holding me back? Some sort of hook or something? An actual hook. Perfect. Can't even make that up. Oh, my soul. What's that? We got 3 more. Okay, it's inside here. Let's help ourselves here. Take a carry weight booster. Oh, yeah. All kinds of them there, sure. Let's do it. Getting hooked by an actual hook. Wow. Amazing. Oh, look at that. Nice. Legendary pup. Oh, boys. He's performed some sort of Assassin's Creed move on me there. Now, these guys are usually dead, so if you ever come across this, there's nothing wrong with your game. They're usually dead. There we go. Kill a mole miner 10 for 10. Done. Sweet. Alright. I think we're done now. We are just like that. Nice. Alright, let's head back to our camp here real quick. And we'll go over a weapon of the day. I can find where my camp is, right here. Double yield. It's a double yield. 3-way stop. Everyone has the right of way, so it's double yield. Yeah, I'm losing my mind slowly. Yeah, you guys are right. Alright, weapon of the day here. The cute little fella in the backpack there. Love it. 2-shot rusted suppressed automatic handmade. It's a 2-shot explosive VATS optimized. +1 projectiles, plus 25% damage. Projectiles explode for plus 20% weapon damage, minus 25% action point cost, plus 20% armor penetration. Powerful automatic receiver, a line long barrel, standard stock, piercing magazine, reflex sight dot, suppressor. Awesome looking rustic paint, probably one of the best paints in the game. 44 times 2 damage, and 5.56. Looks like I'm running out of ammo. Of course, it is a fully automatic weapon, so under perception we have Master Commando, Commando, Expert Commando maxed right out. We have Tank Killer, Concentrated Fire, Suppressor, Tenderizer, Covert Operative, Evasive, White Knight, Adrenaline. These random luck cards that just kind of pop up randomly, and I'm pretty happy with the amount of times that they pop up. Legendary perk cards, they don't change for me. They all stay the same, and they're maxed out, and these guys have served me well over the years, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Ghost Primus, Corne van Niekerk, Ben Durant, John, DJ59. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.